What the fuck that thing's called?
I can't for the life of me remember if I like that movie or not.
Dora?
Yeah.
Did you watch it?
Of course I watched it. I watched it in theaters.
You know what? It feels like something that would be like low key kind of charming. You know?
I want to say I thought it was fun.
But
Are
you
we
don't.
live? Are we live right now?
Yeah,
We
we're
are
live.
I didn't even know we were live. I'm setting up the Twitch. I just saw it says live now on Twitch. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, we do it live.
Yeah.
That's
What's up, everybody? I'm in the middle of posting on Twitter, but here goes the intro. Welcome to Twitch Wednesdays. I messed it up already. God damn it. Welcome to Twitch Tuesdays, now on Wednesdays, now on YouTube. And we got a show for you tonight. We're talking Oscars and probably some other stuff if we have time. I'm Nat, that's Dylan, and that is the intro. Let me just tweet this out.
Mm-hmm. Let's tweet them out so everybody knows that we're still doing this show. They keep waiting for it to get canceled. We keep doing it, though.
It's never getting canceled.
Never getting canceled.
We've tried.
We really have. It's not without a good effort that we haven't been canceled at this point. That being said, I'm not seeing us pop up on Twitch.
We're on Twitch.
Where's that? It's not showing in my following.
You not follow the Twitch?
I do. Okay, there it is. Okay. I took a couple reloads, but it got there.
There you go.
Anyway, so we're just bantering right now.
Bantering.
Let me pull up these Oscar picks for 2022 because I need to see this.
I've got it pulled up.
Yeah, well, I need to see it too. I need a prompt.
All right.
We don't want it to take up the whole screen until we're talking about it. You know what I mean?
We tweeted it. Okay, we're all set.
All right, now we.
I gotta close my tabs because it's going slow.
I'm not seeing just the. Just give me the noms. Quit telling me who you think's gonna win, sites. I don't give a shit what you think. I only care about what I think. Oh, that's why. Oscar noms 2022. I want to put in Oscar noms in the Google and see like it be like the Cookie Monster, like eating the like.
I don't know why your mind goes there, but I approve of that.
It's the noms. I hear it. Okay, here we are. Now I got the pulled up. All right, so enough pitter pattering. Welcome to Twitch Tuesdays, now on Wednesdays, now on YouTube.
I don't know how you pulled that off in your first try. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, dude, because I'm a professional. That's I intro all of the FN movie podcast. My movie review podcast that I do with 3 other buddies. I intro it every time. So I am a professional.
I intro this show every time. It's the same show that we're using the same intro for.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I gotta quit Google Chrome so I can share my screen. I'll be right back in a nanosecond.
Oh God bless. All right, and he's gonna do the thing where he leaves and he's gonna leave me here, and I just get to. Hey everybody, how's everybody doing tonight? I just got done watching Coda, which was fantastic. Let me create. I want to get this background going on. I can't make the background pop up, but I love Coda. I'm gonna give my thoughts on this movie altogether. I'm gonna do a whole Coda review for everybody who's tuned in. I think it's superb. I think it is by far it's my favorite. Do I think it'll win? I think it should. I don't know if it will. I don't know if it's a favorite on my list right now. I'm still missing Drive My Car, which I'll talk about here shortly. But I can tell you right now, that's back. There we go. Okay, hold on. This is weird. There we go. I'm always on the right. So.
Okay, so what we're gonna be doing, we're gonna be talking about Oscars, and because I have to make everything a competition, we're gonna be giving our predictions. Am I freezing to you?
No, you're not freezing to me.
Oh.
But my camera is blurry again, so I'm gonna unplug it and then plug it back in because it does that.
Let's talk about some other stuff while we wait for people to to come on
Yeah,
in.
I want this to be a big group discussion. We primarily talk to movie people, so it'd be really annoying not to have the movie people in here.
The movie people.
I hope that
So
fits.
I am looking at our video game fantasy league, and
Ooh,
oh my
yeah,
god,
let's pull up the VG League. VG League.
I gotta say Kirby is doing way better than I thought it would.
Yeah, dude. No, I saw a trailer of that one, and I'm like, thank God I picked that game because I knew as soon as I saw it, that's gonna do way better than people are giving it credit for.
Yeah. Okay, so this is where we're at. You, oh my gosh, you
How am I?
85 for Kirby. Yeah,
Hell yeah.
80 for Tiny Tina's Wonderland.
Tiny Tina showing up. Yeah.
You got a 77 for Ghostwire Tokyo,
That's probably fair.
which
That
I'm
was-
glad I didn't fight you on.
That was gonna be my danger one. I knew that much.
And mine are still the same.
Mhm.
New additions that we're talking about. Triangle Strategy, a random ass game.
Strategy. That getting 82 is pretty wild, but that's the JRPG tactics fans coming out in spades.
So yeah, that's where we're at. I have 78. Dylan has 43. But the 3 games that just came out didn't factor in yet.
Oh, they haven't. Okay, so
Right.
I'll be doing better. Plus, by the end of because it's official. Yeah, March 25th. So that's when those points. So how much points do I really have then? Am I?
You want to do the math? You got 43 plus 15 plus 10 plus 7.
68, 75? 75. Yeah, I think so.
Sure. 15 plus 7, 22 plus 10, 32. So 32 plus 43.
Yeah, 75.
75.
And how much do you have?
78.
78.
And then I got two more games coming out. I got Weird West and Moss Book 2. You know Moss Book 2 is going to do well.
I think I'll still pull ahead by the time.
And then I got Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga.
That one's gonna do really good. That one's gonna hurt.
But then you got a huge block here of 4 games, so I don't know.
Yeah, but then right around June, I bring it literally all back. Like
you got
that Monster Hunter one is gonna bring it in. I think that Fire Emblem one's gonna bring it in.
Yeah.
Hogwarts, man, I can't wait to see that one.
Man, I hope Hogwarts sucks.
No, you don't. You hope it's good. You hope.
If it is good, then I will have to read all the Harry Potter books.
Yeah,
and all the movies and support a transphobe, but that's okay because I like video games.
That's fair.
Hey, also, what's up, Ben?
Ben, we're so ready. We've been waiting for you to talk about movies, man. We're over here bantering on video games. Oh, yeah, we're here to talk Oscar picks, and we had to wait for our man Ben to get in here, to start talking about this because I'm very excited to get into this. Yay. So do we just go category by category? How are we going in?
I want to go category by category, but do you want to start at the bottom and work your way up, or start with Best Picture right off the bat?
Oh man, I think we start from the bottom and then we get here.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna share this.
I'm gonna stay fairly semi-informed about all of this.
Here we go. All right, we're starting at the bottom, which is live action short. The nominees are The Dress, The Long Goodbye. I thought I said Cowboy. On My Mind, Please Hold, A La Kachu, Take and Run.
Yeah, I can tell you The Long Goodbye really hit home for me on this one.
Did you actually watch it?
No. But the name,
Yeah.
So some of these categories, I won't lie, I'm going to be the uninformed person, but for my blind pick on this, because if this was an Oscar party, I would have a ballot and I would still fill it out. The Long Goodbye sounds like a tragic drama. But something about On My Mind and Please Hold sound like really good. You know what? No, Please Hold. That one sounds like, I think it's, you know what? I without looking up at all, here's my guess on it. It is about something mental health related, maybe like they call like a suicide watch person, and there's like a tiny short film on that. I have no idea if that's true. I'm gonna look that up while you are putting your fiction in.
This is for
Come on in, honey. You're going to bed?
Yeah, I don't want anyone to see.
Okay, are you all cried out?
Well, my eyes are swollen shut.
Oh, my wife's eyes are swelling shut. I did not hit her.
I was gonna say, what'd you do to her?
I didn't hit her. We just
I ugly cried too much.
She ugly cried too much at Coda.
It was too much this week.
It's been a lot this week. I'm interpreting for her. Thank you for your contributions, everybody. Okay.
It's extremely relatable content for me.
Yeah.
And
Okay. Well,
I just couldn't handle it.
tell chat good night.
Good night, Chad.
She says good night, chat.
I'm gonna cry.
She's gonna cry some more. Okay, go upstairs and cry. I'm trying to stream. Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
I'm Griffin.
Go Griff. I quickly read the synopsis.
Yeah. Were you at all accurate?
Not even a little bit. My answer still stands. Please hold, and it will end up being on my mind. The clear, obvious one I should have picked.
So you haven't seen any of these?
No, I've not seen a one.
So I haven't seen any of them either.
Okay.
I always say I'm gonna watch all the documentaries. I'm gonna watch all the short films, the animated short films and live action, but I never do. It's always those categories that I never watch.
Getting through Best Picture noms is already such a slog to begin with. Like, by the time I'm done with it, I'm like, I want to go back to playing video games. That's what happens.
I think I have it in me to watch all the short films because they're obviously short films.
I know. I need to because the short films are underrated. I did end up watching Hair a couple of years back, and that one was fantastic because I heard so much hype on it.
Oh, yeah. There was one year where I watched all the short films, but I don't remember which one it was. It wasn't last year because last year I was slacking. I didn't even watch all the acting category.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. So you're saying please hold.
No, I'm gonna change my mind to say on my mind. Now that I've read a synopsis on it, on my mind, final answer. I can't change it from this point forward. In fact, don't.
On my mind. All right, I haven't seen any of these movies, but I have looked at the odds. So
that's not fair. Who's the favorite?
It's The Long Goodbye.
Oh damn it! See, I knew I was right the first time. What did I say?
I will say that you can't always go by the odds because Oscars are unpredictable.
No, yeah, I was about to say Power of the Dog is the favorite right now, and
is it the favorite? Because I've heard that and Coda are neck and neck.
You know what? I hope Coda is, but no. Every time I've ever heard it, it's been.
You know what? We'll get to the Best Picture.
We'll get to it.
All right, our next category is Best Live Action Short. No, I just read that.
No, that's exactly you need to scroll up, buddy. Scroll up.
Documentary short. We have Audible, Lead Me Home, The Queen of Basketball, 3 Songs for Benazir, When We Were Bullies.
Danny, tell us what you thought of Coda in the chat. We're gonna put our thoughts in here in a little while.
So
Audible.
I think for someone who has never read these movies out loud, I think I did a good job pronouncing all of them.
Yeah, the 3 Songs of Benazir, I think probably was
probably a
little off, but everything else was.
What do you mean? I thought Benazir, 3 Songs for Benazir.
Yeah, I mean it's not. Yeah, I mean it has to be. But the documentary short Audible was definitely the winner on this one.
Definitely, you're very confident there.
No questions.
Which one was it? It was Audible.
Yeah. I'm gonna say that, and then I'm gonna call it right now. Lead Me Home ends up winning though.
So do you know anything about Audible?
I know it's about. I know it's like detailing like the story of Audible as like a whole.
Oh really?
I have no idea. Okay. I'm making that up too. I hope that's what it's about. Hold on. What is this category? Audible short film. Yeah, it's a documentary story. Yeah. Audible short is a football player and goes to a deaf school, teammates defend their winning streak. Okay, so it's another deaf story. So that's why I love it. I actually love it even more for that reason. I'm doubling down on this, although I think that it's less likely. Here it is. Here's the truth. It's another movie. Short, it's a documentary related to deaf culture, and because Coda is even being nominated, I can tell you right now, critics are going to be like, there's too much disability representation here. I'm tired of these fucking deaf people getting with their comeuppance. We're not going to vote this in. I'm still picking it, but I think that I don't agree with that, but I am sure that's a thought.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that. You can't trust these Academy voters.
You can't trust these snobby Academy voters because I think that they're going to put in there be like too much deaf representation. Audible ain't winning this. We already nominated Coda.
Yeah. I'm going to go with The Queen of Basketball. I don't know anything about it, but basketball films tend to do really well recently.
That's fair.
The queen of basketball.
Hmm. Honestly, if Audible wins, I'll be so excited. I hope it's a deaf culture sweep at this Oscars.
That would be pretty cool.
That
Next
would be
next category we have
yes.
animated short. Affairs of the Art. Bestia. Box Ballot. Robin Robin. And the Windshield Wiper.
I like Box Ballot. I like it a lot.
Okay. All right.
That's
I
it.
don't think it has a shot. I haven't
That's
seen
my
it.
uneducated guess. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen any of
Box
these.
Ballot.
We're going through the bad categories, the ones where I'm uneducated on it. But you know what? Box Ballot.
All right. Next up. Oh, wait. I hadn't given my prediction.
Yeah, what's yours?
I think. I want to say the Windshield Wiper because that sounds like a good movie.
Sounds so
but-
artsy. It's pretentious.
so-
That means the Oscars love it. That's a good call.
I've been playing Wordle and I've gotten it on my first guess just one time, and the word was Robin. So I'm gonna go Robin Robin.
I like the Sound of Metal. I never get around to watching the Sound of Metal. I feel so bad, Danny. I need to go back and watch that. That's in my deaf culture need of appreciation on that.
Okay. Next up, we have international feature. We have Lunana, a yak in the classroom from Bhutan. Flea from Denmark. The Hand of God from Italy. Drive My Car, Japan. And The Worst Person in the World from Norway.
So this is tricky because Drive My Car is straight up nominated as a Best Picture as well.
Yeah.
Which means if it wins here, it does not take Best Picture.
Didn't Parasite win Best International Feature?
Right, but they won't let that happen again. They're not going to let the Asians keep winning.
Sure.
We know this now. But you know what? I do keep hearing a lot of good things about The Worst Person in the World. I haven't seen it, but
It's so good.
I hear. It's another one I've heard nothing but good things about. I honestly, I wish we had one more day to do this episode because Drive My Car is the very next movie I need to watch. So
I haven't seen Drive My Car yet. Oh no.
I still haven't got a chance to. It's Drive My Car, the Broadway one,
West Side Story.
West Side, and I think that's it. Oh, and Don't Look Up, but I'm not watching Don't Look Up, and I'm probably not going to catch. I'm not going to have enough time between now and then to do West Side Story.
Yeah.
But so here's my safe bet. I put Drive My Car here because I think it is a chance to get snubbed at the top. And I'm going to watch this movie tomorrow and be like, I'm an idiot. This movie's going to win Best Picture. And they won't get, you know what? Yeah. So I'm just going to say Drive My Car across the board. Although I'll admit that I'll admit that Worst Person in the World is probably going to win based on what I hear.
So I disagree with you vehemently. I do not think The Worst Person in the World is going to win. And I think that's a goddamn shame because that's the best movie out of this entire list from the two I've seen, which is that movie.
From the 2 out of the 5.
I will say I do agree with your reasoning. I'll go back in a roundabout way where you're correct. I don't think Drive My Car is going to win Best Picture. I think this is where it wins. I think Drive My Car takes it for this one, even though I think Best Person in the World should have been nominated for Best Picture, and it's a damn shame that it wasn't.
So you think that it could have been that both of these could have been picked? Honestly, I could think of at least 3 movies that this movie that I haven't seen yet could take its spot for. I'll get to that in Best Picture noms.
Yeah, I know how you feel about certain movies.
Oh man, I've got at least 3 in these Best Picture noms, but anyway.
apparently, The Worst Person in the World has like the 3rd best odds out of this category. So
Third? Really?
Number one is Drive My Car, and number 2 is Flea.
Flea,
which is the animated movie. It's nominated for animated.
Oh, it's animated too.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a. If it wasn't in the same category as Drive My Car, which is nominated for Best Picture, I would almost change my mind on that because for it to be animated in a like practically live action category says something about how good it is.
Yeah, I agree. That's the one out of the entire animated category I haven't seen.
Ooh, talk about a dark horse sneaking in here. But all right, so that's ours. I can't wait to have an educated opinion about these.
I know. I haven't seen any of these movies.
Danny says, Uni 100. That means we got the bits.
Uni 100.
Thank you, Danny, for the bits, buddy.
Thank you so much. Next up, we got documentary feature. We have Ascension, Attica, Flea, which I didn't know was a documentary. Summer of Soul, or When the Revolution Could Not Be Televised. Riding with Fire.
All these sound super sick for the record. I love the titles of all these. I want to pick Flea because I found out that it's animated and it's documentary as well. That sounds cool as fuck. This
Oh my
movie's
God.
going way up on my to watch list. Then.
Yeah, it's a Danish animated docudrama film.
That sounds sick. That description alone, No, I need to watch Drive My Car. I gotta watch that before. But yeah,
Drive My Car.
yeah, that movie that's sick. I'm gonna watch Flea before I watch West Side Story. I'm sorry, West Side, but I just keep finding more in movies I'm interested in.
Mm-hmm. You know what? So I've been going with the favorite this entire time. I'm not gonna do that for this one.
Mm-hmm.
The favorite is. Do you want to guess?
Attica.
It's Summer of Soul.
Damn it! I knew it was the one with the really long movie title.
Yeah, but I really like your reasoning, so I'm gonna also go Flea.
Yeah. See, it's funny. This is like Nat. Whenever we talk TV, is just like opposite of everything that man said. But
Yeah,
when we talk movies, we're in the same mind space for a lot of this.
We are.
Oh, the song title. All right,
This is Best Original Song.
Ooh.
We have "Be Alive" from King Richard. Dos Oruguitas from Encanto.
Yeah.
We have "Down to Joy" from Belfast. We have "No Time to Die" from No Time to Die, and "Somehow You Do" from 4 Good Days.
Dude, I am so sure that it's his fucking Encanto song. Dos Oruguitas. I'm so sure.
Okay.
Although I will say the Belfast song, delightful.
I don't remember the Belfast song.
Down to Joy?
Yeah, I don't remember. I'm gonna have to listen to all of these.
Go.
So in Encanto, I watched and I was very tired. So I don't think I gave that movie the proper time it deserved. There's a lot going on in the chat. It's about black people, Woodstock, and Central Park.
Oh, that sounds good. Did you hear about the stuff that went down with Rachel from West Side Story?
Yeah, it's bullshit. Why? She's your lead actress in a movie that got 7 noms, and she wasn't invited to the Oscars.
She wasn't invited? What the fuck kind of shit is that?
Invited. Now they corrected their mistake. She's a presenter now, but like it took an internet backlash for them to.
Right, that's fucked up. I didn't hear about that, man. Dude, I haven't had my head in the movie news because I've been too busy trying to watch these movies. I've been so disconnected.
Yeah.
God, that's insane. Actually, I think that's so wild.
They invited DJ Khaled before they invited her.
Fuck it, who cares what DJ Khaled thinks about any fucking thing? It's because she's from New Jersey now. Oh,
she's from New Jersey. Oh, damn, I liked her.
Never mind. I get it.
That's a shame. You know how like those like old white people like, oh damn, I liked him when they find out someone's gay.
Yeah.
That's me with
New Jersey. Oh man, I really like that person. Damn, that sucks. Yeah, in the hardcore music community, it is that, but you find out that like your favorite like drummer or like bassist like diddled some kids or like is a sexual predator.
Or like I feel ashamed to have admitted this, but I was a big Mumford and Sons fan, and then I found out one of their members is like alt-right and shit. I was like,
yeah.
I was embarrassed enough for liking Mumford and Sons, but
that's fair.
Just watched West Side Story yesterday. Actually, really damn good movie in my opinion. I agree. We'll get to that. I
haven't heard anything but good things, and yet I keep finding ways to duck it. I've literally watched Licorice Pizza before I've watched this.
Yeah. For this one, I don't remember who the favorite was, so I'm gonna go with my favorite song on the list. The only songs that I remember, which is "No Time to Die" from No Time.
Hell yeah, dude! I actually thought about it. I thought about it, but I was like, "Fucking Disney songs are too. Disney Pixar songs are too catchy."
Dude, I listen to this song at the gym. It's so good, and it's not really a gym song because it's kind of slow, but like I like it so goddamn much.
But you just get hyped though. Something about what James Bond songs may be the best part of the James Bond universe. To be honest, is that they just bring a sick song in. Yeah, Jesse Lacey, Danny, dude. Yeah, brand new, sick. I love him, but not what he did. But the music. Yeah.
You know what? I just looked it up. I wasn't trying to pick the favorite, but it is the favorite. So
of course. It
wasn't. I swear to God, I didn't.
Okay. I don't even have the favorite setup. I just have like the Oscar list set up next to me.
Yeah. Okay. Next one. We got best score. Don't Look Up, Dune, Encanto, Parallel Mothers, The Power of the Dog.
Oh, dude, I'm so stoked for this. Fuck yeah. It's about fucking time Denny gets some recognition. The score on Dune is sick.
You know what? I am in complete agreement. I'm not a big score person, but the one that stands out the most to me is Dune.
It's Dune by a country mile, by a Montana Power of the Dog mile. It is Dune by far. Although Encanto, well, I have a hard. No, I'm still gonna say Dune, but I feel like Encanto is probably still gonna take it. Actually,
Yeah.
I feel like all the music awards will go to Encanto, but I think Dune deserves it's a notable score.
I think this one goes to Dune. I think this is its category to lose.
I hope it is. I hope it is.
All right, we got visual effects. We have Dune,
Free AKA the Pop Culture Award. Yeah.
Dune, Free Guy, No Time to Die, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, Spider-Man No Way Home. I don't think there's a shot in hell that Spider-Man No Way Home wins because that movie's being mean to death on the internet. People talking about the green screen.
The Academy does not want this movie to win, period. But they also don't want Shang-Chi to win, which is a shame because it definitely should be Shang-Chi. The visual effects in that one, dude, the dragon looks great. Everything looks great. But I'm going to be a shill and pick what I think is going to win. And it's going to be Dune again. I think this is another Dune category.
I don't think there's any shot that Dune loses. I'm going Dune.
Yeah.
Am I frozen for you?
No, you're fine.
What is it? It keeps the Wi-Fi symbol keeps going up. All right, let's move on. We have best sound design. We have Belfast, Dune, No Time to Die, The Power of the Dog, and West Side Story.
Well, gee, guys, I don't know. Of these movies, which one focuses the most on sound? I'm going to pick West Side Story. Of fucking course I'm going to pick West Side Story.
Really? West Side Story?
Yeah.
Okay, it's not a bad choice. I'm going to... You know what? I think Dune has the best of the audio and visual categories.
Best peripherals? You think it has the best, like, all the technicals?
Yeah, I think it has all the best technicals.
You know what? Pick it. I'm not upset. If actually Dune starts sweeping all of these ones, it's all the more reason to be like, yeah, so why didn't Denny get nominated for Best Director?
He should have been. I'm not even going to start it.
There's always a snub. Yeah. There's always a snub. Go watch our favorite Dan Murrell talk about how he's mad about it.
There's actually a lot of snubs this year, but
yeah, there is.
Into that. We have Best Makeup and Hair Styling, Coming to America, Cruella, Dune, The Eyes of Tammy Faye, and House of Gucci.
How hard do I show for Dune this time? How many times can it be right? I think the only other one that really comes into effect in my eyes is probably Cruella, but House of Gucci sounds like a movie that takes makeup and hairstyle.
You think House of Gucci? Okay.
I didn't watch it. That being said, so I'm not going to pick it, but it sounds like a movie that's so focused on style that it would be crazy if it didn't like do something so good that makeup and hairstyling didn't recognize it.
What do you mean, Danny? No one's watching this. You're watching this. You're not nobody.
I'm watching this because Roxy and Laura was talking about vaginas. That's fine. You know what?
Viewers.
Danny, you go over to Roxy's channel and you remind her that there's a $400 deal for the all Asian faction.
You know what? I don't think there's a lot of overlap in our audience, to be honest.
Honestly, I really don't think there is either. But I'm going to go ahead and just keep picking. At this point, I'm on a Dune train. Dune. Yeah. The makeup and hair in this one, I mean, whenever they're showing like the aliens and the sci-fi stuff, like this is traditionally a sci-fi category.
This one's going to The Eyes of Tammy Faye. the makeup and hairstyling in that movie is on point.
Ben, you definitely are here, and you are somebody, and we love you.
Yeah, I don't know why Danny thinks you're a nobody.
Danny's trying to put the chat put the chat down. I was about to say put the chop liver down because I read that as you typed that in, but put the chop down. But as Danny, I haven't seen it, so I could be. Yeah, you could be.
Yeah, they really did a good job with Andrew Garfield's makeup, and also obviously Jessica Chastain, where she was unrecognizable.
Yeah,
she was
where's the Batman? I want to see. What's his face? Penguin. Colin Farrell get nominated for it.
Yeah, he would.
Uh-oh. You got to enable cut. There we go. Editing on this.
We got best editing. Don't Look Up. Dune. King Richard. The Power of the Dog. Tick, Tick, Boom. That's our reason.
I don't want to shill again and give it to Dune, but I haven't seen. Okay, so I haven't seen King Richard either, which is kind of like upsetting. But
You got it. You got to watch King Richard. It's so good.
I'm tripling down. I think Dune actually cleans up on the peripherals this
Wow.
year.
Okay.
I know. People are going to think they're just like Dylan's really uneducated and he's only picking Dune because he liked Dune. But dead up, it had so much good. Like the peripherals are fantastic. I think it should take all these awards. Editing, somebody's going to say, but Dylan, it's almost a 3-hour movie. How can you tell me that it was edited very well? Because despite being 3 hours, it's one of the few 3-hour movies that I can say I've seen this past year. Actually, the only 3-hour movie I've seen this past year where both me and my wife agreed we wanted more out of that 3. That could have been a 4-hour movie, and I would have been content with it, which means that their editing meant the pacing was solid, everything was telling at a right pace. Editing is really underrated in Dune. I'm so confident in my pick in Dune. I don't know if it's going to win, but I'm confident in my opinion and why Dune should win.
I think Dune will win this award. I think I'm struggling here because between my head and my heart, they're saying different things.
What's your head telling you?
My head says Dune's gonna win.
Okay, what's your heart telling you?
My heart says Tick Tick Boom. I think the editing in that movie is so good. When you just gotta watch it and see, because you'll definitely agree with me. I think that is the best example of editing on this list.
I think if that's your belief, put it down.
I'm gonna put it down.
We've got enough love on this, and Danny, being your heart, also says Tick Tick Boom. So
I don't think it's gonna win, but I'm gonna predict it. Tick Tick Boom.
Andrew Garfield needs more love. Okay, he needs more love. Period. So
yep. Next category, we got best cinematography.
Oh.
We have Dune, Nightmare Alley, The Power of the Dog, The Tragedy of Macbeth, and West Side Story.
My opinion, apparently, is that Dune is gonna fucking sweep these awards, but won't take.
God.
Dude, seriously, I almost want to give it to West Side Story based on the fact that I've been picking Dune so many times in a row. But also, I've seen the trailer for West Side Story and got a picture of the cinematography for that, and it does look fantastic. It is my number 2 pick on this list. But I can tell you, I've actually seen most of these movies, and Power of the Dog cinematography is one of the few things that is, I would say, notable to me in this movie. Okay. Nightmare Alley. I get it, but I don't think Nightmare Alley wins. Power of the Dog does. It's hard though because their cinematography is good, but it leans too heavy on the environments, on the like the long range pics and the the big drone. It's all drone cinematography. Dune, God damn it, I don't want to pick Dune again. I don't.
You gotta do it.
But I fucking got to, dude. I don't know what to tell you. Like, West Side Story is gonna sneak in and take this, but it's no. Actually, I lie. West Side Story is getting recognized, but it's gonna end up being Power of the Dog. And if Power of the Dog ends up winning, I don't trust any of the Oscar fucking people anymore. on not on cinematography, but as Best Picture. But I get it. Power of the Dog cinematography is really good. If this came in and won, I really wouldn't be too surprised.
Yeah. So I have the list of favorites in front of me. Dune
What's
is the favorite, so you're not wrong for picking Dune.
Okay.
Dune's the favorite for most of these.
Right. I mean, because it is, man. Like, here's the thing. It's going to be wild to see if Dune starts sweeping these awards, but doesn't win Best Picture. It's going to be so fucking. I know it's not going to win Best Picture. There's no way. Dylan loves Dune. We get it. I know, Danny. I want to pick something else, but Dune crushes the peripherals. It has a killer score. Cinematography is out of this world. The makeup and stuff, all of the outside stuff. It's not going to win anything for performances, though. I will say right now, the acting in it is 6th on the list of most impressive things on it, and that is not a bad thing because everything is so fucking good. It just means that the acting doesn't stand next to these in the same caliber. So
here we are. I'm struggling between who I would vote for if I had a vote and who I think is going to win. I think Dune's going to win. Again, I do think this is the smart choice.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go with the dark horse. I want to go with the one that I think should win. The one movie that Dylan did not mention, and that's The Tragedy of Macbeth.
This son of a bitch. All right, Black Horse.
The dark horse. The cinematography in this movie is out of this world. It's incredible. It's black and white. and that's what you need to win Best Cinematography. I'm gonna go with Tragedy of Macbeth.
You know what? Honestly, I think you could straight up take Nightmare Alley out and put Belfast in here.
You know what? I agree.
That's the cinematography stuff for me, to be honest. But also the fact that Tragedy of Macbeth is even listed in the list of 4 other Best Picture noms says that that's a confident pick. I like your pick for that reason, because if it's standing up to all the other Best Picture noms, it means that they did something really fucking right to prove themselves.
Really did. All right, next category. We got costume design.
Don't do this to me again. Just fucking put Dune. You know what I'm gonna say.
Nominees are Cruella, Cyrano, Dune, Nightmare Alley, and West Side Story.
You know what's funny? This is the one time I would actually pick like Cruella just to change it up, and Dune would lose every other one and would win this one. But I know if I stick to Dune, it won't happen that way. So I have to keep picking Dune.
Yeah, it's Cruella.
I know. But if I picked it, Dune would lose everything else and then win this.
Cruella doesn't do a lot of things right, but the one thing it does
Costumes?
do right is the costumes.
Yeah, like that's fair. I think it deserves it. I think it does. But I've got to stay consistent on my picks so far.
You're nothing if not loyal to your.
I am, and I promise it's not the best movie I've seen this year. Like,
next category, we got production design. We have Dune. I wonder what you're gonna pick. Nightmare Alley, The Power of the Dog, The Tragedy of Macbeth, and West Side Story.
you know what? I'm actually going to change it up and say for production design, I'm going to give it to West Side Story.
Oh wow, okay, did not see that coming.
I think that from what I've seen, that it is so above and beyond, like that. It and Dune both share that their backgrounds, their backdrops set so much of the tone and things of the movie, but West Side Story is so vibrant and active, where Dune's is good and amazing, but I think it's duller, right? Like if you showed me the set of West Side Story and then you showed me a set of Dune, or like the on-location shooting of it, I would say West Side Story pops. It's more vibrant. It has more life to it, and I think that's something that's going to have more appeal. So I think West Side Story actually does take it this time.
Yeah. Danny says, and that guy from the Shimona was in Cruella. Danny, would you fucking put some respect on Paul Walter Hauser's name?
Yeah,
PWH. He's in Cobra Kai. He's in I, Tonya. He's in that movie about the bomb. He has a prolific career. I don't need you to be like, oh, he's the guy from the Schmodown. All right.
Yeah.
Show some respect.
And he's great in I, Tonya, too.
Yeah, he was in Black Klansman, too.
Yeah. But anyway, West Side Story.
So you said that you were afraid the last category was the one where you didn't pick Dune and it was going to win.
Yeah.
It's actually this category because Dune's going to win.
Goddamn. Probably. It probably will. Like, I'm going to laugh my ass off when they're going through these awards, and I'm like, God damn it. Because I picked Dune, it's going to be every other one except for the one that I didn't, which is this one, and then it'll flip.
Yeah, that's this one. I'm just telling you right now. I don't think there's a shot Dune doesn't win this one.
You don't think that West Side Story even comes
I think West Side Story had amazing production design. I just think Dune is just on another level.
No, dude, that's the funniest thing. I think it's on a roll. I think it creams all these other things, but I need to do something. I need to do something.
All right.
I'm sticking to my guns. Stick
to your guns. Next category, we have Best Animated Feature: Encanto, Flea, Luca, The Mitchells versus the Machines, and Raya and the Last Dragon.
So my bias is I want to pick Raya and the Last Dragon because dragons are fucking sweet. But knowing what I know about Flea right now, I feel like that sounds like a really desirable Oscar pick. I've got to go Flea.
You know what? That's a solid choice. This one is another one where I'm struggling between my heart and my head. I'm going to go with my head on this one. I think that the best movie on this list is The Mitchells versus the Machines. That movie is so fucking good. It's made by the same people who made Into the Spider-Verse, and you know how I feel about that movie.
Ooh, yeah, those are good guys.
It's so good. It's so good. But I think the favorite here, and the one that is probably going to win, is Encanto. I think Encanto has too much steam behind it.
I actually, this is a Frozen year, right? Like it feels like it's just going to be like, why wouldn't it be this? But
and I think it has to win something.
Yeah.
Exactly. Those are my exact thoughts.
It's gonna be, yeah. I looked at Encanto and I literally thought this is going to be the Frozen category all over. Encanto has so much hype, so much love, and it has to win something. But I'm not changing my answer. I'm sticking with Fleet because I'm a firm believer that, you know what, maybe there's upsets.
I respect it. We're in March Madness, and you got to pick some upsets once in a while.
Yep, UK got knocked out, but my boy Zags, they sticking it out.
There you go.
Oh, finally something I have an opinion on. Good, fuck. Like something that's not Dune related either, right?
Yeah.
Which sucks because this has to be. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
We have Best Adapted Screenplay. Nominees are Coda, Drive My Car, Dune, The Lost Daughter, and The Power of the Dog.
I hate this. I hate this because I want to have watched Drive My Car before I was getting to pick these. But based on what I do know, Coda is so fucking good. So good. I literally just watched it. It's recency bias as hell. I'm hella picking Coda because I think if it gets snubbed in Best Picture, well, I say snub, but really, I don't even know if I pick it for Best Picture yet. I'm still thinking. I think it definitely takes adapted screenplay, though.
Yeah.
Coda is a remake. Danny said Coda is a remake, too. Nat, thoughts on your coworker?
Coda's a
The 2019 Coda.
Yeah. If you missed it, I told my coworker to watch Coda, and I forgot that it was on Apple TV, and I told her Amazon Prime, and she watched an entirely different movie called Coda. It came out in 2019, starring Patrick Stewart, Katie Holmes, and Giancarlo Esposito. Yeah. When she recalled the plot to me, it was a completely different movie. I was like, wait, I don't remember that happening in the movie.
Right.
So completely different movie that I don't know why they would name two movies that came out in the span of 2 years, the same title. But yep, that's Coda. I will say my thoughts. I am not the biggest fan of Coda. I think it's very good. I don't think it's Best Picture good, which is where I know that's an unpopular opinion.
That's incredibly unpopular.
I know.
When we get to the Best Picture noms, I'll tell you exactly where I agree with you on it. But
yeah, I think it was very good. And I don't think it should win this category. I think that Power of the Dog should win, which is where you and I disagree.
Oh, it fucking shouldn't. That thing sucks.
I think
we'll get there. We'll get there.
I don't think it will win. I think this is Coda's.
Coda is Glee. No, honestly, Danny, I thought that's exactly what I was thinking a lot of the time. It felt. We'll get there. We will get there. And I'll tell you what, it's less about the music and it's more about something else. Lost Daughter, I haven't seen any of these movies.
You should watch Lost Daughter.
Star Drew, that's fine. Me and Nat have watched most of these movies, as it turns out. Lost Daughter actually not being one of them. So you know what? I applaud your pick because it's something different than me and Nat. I think you're going to win it.
You're not going to win. It's not going to be Lost Daughter.
No, it's going to be Coda. It's going to be Coda. It should be.
We're going to get to Lost Daughter in a bit. Next category is original screenplay. We have Belfast, Don't Look Up, King Richard, Licorice Pizza, and The Worst Person in the World. Oh, this one's tough.
I know right away what I want to win. If it's gonna win, I don't know. King Richard looks like it has a fucking crazy good original screenplay.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I know. Starter immediately said if King doesn't, it's surprising. But honestly, I really want Belfast to win this one.
I agree.
I think Belfast is so refreshingly good. The screen, yeah, I'm going to go Belfast.
So from what I've seen, this category is the closest of all the categories.
That's fair. Like, look, without looking at Don't Look Up, Licorice Pizza, I can see the argument for it into this category. But King Richard and Belfast, I feel like are probably toe and toe.
I am gonna go with my heart. I'm gonna also go Belfast.
Yeah,
it's so good.
Rigged if King doesn't win. Man, you know what, Stardew, that's fair. This feels, honestly, I'm leaning more towards Belfast because I enjoy Belfast so much and I have seen Belfast all the way through. So, but even just seeing the trailer and knowing that it follows up on hype, I have a distinct impression this is like a 51-49. Like, I feel like this is dead close between those two.
Yeah. All right, next category. We have Best Supporting Actress.
Oh,
We're
I'm
into the big
so
ones.
stoked about this one.
We have Jessie Buckley in The Lost Daughter. We have Ariana DeBose, West Side Story. Judi Dench, Belfast. Kirsten Dunst, The Power of the Dog, and Ingenue Ellis from King Richard.
So, similar thoughts to my last category. I think that Angelin Ellis is probably worth it. I haven't not ever seen the movie, but I will tell you, Judi Dench fucking crushes this, like her supporting role. Delightful. I'm giving it to Judy.
Okay, I think that's a solid pick.
Uh-huh.
She's incredible as always.
Yeah.
So here's the thing.
Uh-huh.
Jessie Buckley she might be my favorite actress of all time. She's definitely my favorite actress, up and coming actress, and I've been following her career since way before she got popular. Between this year and last year, when Stephen Yeun was nominated, I'm getting like these people I've said for years. It's just a matter of time before they win an Oscar.
Yeah.
I think Jessie Buckley's she's gonna get an Oscar eventually.
Eventually, so it's not
this year. Just not this year. I don't think this was her defining role. So my actual prediction.
You would.
This isn't who I think should win.
You would. Okay, go on. But
I don't think this person should win. But I'm gonna go Ariana DeBose from West Side Story.
Okay. Can we at least agree that Kirsten Dunst should not should she even be nominated? Honestly. Not in this performance. Not in my opinion. What did we predict for song? What did we predict for song, Matt?
I predicted No Time to Die.
You picked No Time to Die, and then I said it was going to be.
We did the song a long time ago.
I know that feels like years ago.
Score song. You guys picked the song from Encanto.
Yeah, Encanto. I said was going to win that song.
Yeah. Now I got to scroll all the way up. Thank you so much.
I know. Okay, you're passing it. You got to scroll back down. You're right there. Okay, perfect.
Okay, category.
Kirsten Dunst shouldn't even be nominated. Hot take.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought she was good. I don't think she was Best Supporting Actress good.
No, right. I'm like Best Supporting Actress good?
But I am happy that she and Jesse Plemons were nominated.
Yeah.
We got Best Supporting Actor. Speaking of Jesse Plemons, we got Ciarán Hinds from Belfast, Troy Kotsur from Coda, Jesse Plemons from The Power of the Dog, J.K. Simmons from Being the Ricardos, and Cody Smith-McPhee from The Power of the Dog.
This is hard. Okay, so I'm gonna say who I think should, and I'm gonna give my pick.
I'm just kidding, Sergio. You're all good.
Sorry. I think Troy Kotsur definitely should.
Yeah.
Because he's the dad for those who have watched Coda, and he's a wonderful job expressing, which honestly is like a given in deaf culture, to be honest, because you're so expressive in your face with it's so part of the language that it makes total sense. But because I think that there is a bias in this community, I'm gonna go ahead and say Ciarán Hinds, because honestly, I really fucking love him in this movie. Both the grandparents in this movie, as for supporting, are. I mean, okay. So I'll put it this way: if it's going to be one of these two, if it's either him or Judy, it should be him because he is phenomenal.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. My pick. I think it's weird how Dylan hates deaf people all of a sudden. But
no, I don't. I just think that there's a bias against it. But honestly,
bias from you, Dylan, because I think Kutcher's going to win.
Even if it came down to these two, if you said, "All right, which one of these two?" All right, see, honestly, good, pick it because he definitely earns it. But if I'm being honest, I think Ciarán pulls a little bit more weight than Troy does.
Okay, all right.
I'm saying Ciarán and I say it wrong. Ciarán, whatever.
I think this is a race between Troy and Cody Smith-McPhee. I think those two.
What? Either win, I'm stoked. either of these win, I am stoked.
Yeah. I'm going Troy. I think he gave the best performance, and this is genuinely who I would vote for. So that's my prediction.
I think it's okay. I think it's funny. Like in parentheses, I want to put, but I want Troy to win. And then like in hindsight, you kind of want to. I feel like it's almost the other way around for you, where you're like, I think it's going to be Troy. He definitely did a performance, but you'd be telling me you wouldn't be so happy to see him win for like this grandpa role of his, though.
I mean, I'd be happy for him, but I don't think he deserve it.
You don't think he did? Oh,
I think he deserves recognition for sure. I think he was phenomenal. I just think that Troy deserves it more, and I also think that Cody Smith and the Fiend deserves it more from Power of the Dog.
You know, as long as we agree, Jesse Plemons doesn't deserve to be here either.
Yeah, you know what? I do agree with that.
He doesn't fucking need to be here. He had like 9 lines, all delivered terribly. But anyway,
I
we're moving on.
love Jesse Plemons, bro. He's Meth Damon, all right?
Dude, I think Jesse Plemons is fine. I think he's terrible in this movie, though.
I wouldn't go that far, but he's definitely.
I would.
He's definitely not Oscar winner good.
Yeah.
Next category, we got Best Actress. We got Jessica Chastain from The Eyes of Tammy Faye, Olivia Colman from The Lost Daughter, Penelope Cruz from Parallel Mothers, Nicole Kidman from Being the Ricardos, and Kristen Stewart from Spencer.
Is it weird that Nicole Kidman is the one being picked in Best Actress for Being the Ricardos?
Yes, it is absolutely weird. I think she was completely miscast in that movie.
Yeah.
I also think Javier Bardem was miscast as well.
That
movie was miscast, except for Jake Simmons.
In Coda, the rehearsal scene was the best moment. I 100% agree, Danny. Beautiful fucking scene. That being said,
maybe
Kidman or Cruz? I won't lie, I didn't watch a lot of these. So, has Kirsten Stewart won an Oscar yet?
Nope.
Yeah, Kirsten Stewart.
Oh, okay. I like that pick. And I'll tell you why. Because if I had to vote, this would be Kristen Stewart's category, bar none. Like she is by far, she gives the best performance out of all these women. But I have to go with who I think is going to win.
Okay.
It is Jessica Chastain. And if I had to make my list, Jessica Chastain will be number 3. She'll be after Kristen Stewart and Penelope Cruz, who I think has a really good shot of winning, actually.
Yeah, Cruz, I think, could upset both of us right now. Like, if you go Chastain, I think Cruz could steal it from.
And I would be so happy if Penelope Cruz won. But I think that there's just a lot of trash behind Jessica Chastain.
Yeah. Jessica Chastain is really loved by the Academy, too. And, like,
yeah,
that's fair. She's pretty good. I mean, she's, like, a pretty good actress, I think.
Yeah, pretty good.
Like, pretty good.
she's okay at her job.
She's decent.
All right, next category. We got Best Actor. We have Javier Bardem, who I forgot was nominated for this award. I don't think he deserves it. Benedict Cumberbatch from Power of the Dog. Andrew Garfield from Tick, Tick, Boom. Will Smith from King Richard. And Denzel Washington from The Trilogy of Macbeth.
Oh, man. So my heart says give it to Andrew Garfield because I just love seeing him happy. But I think Will Smith actually takes this. I think if King Richard is succeeding and doing as much as it is and getting this much hype, that so much of that has to be a credit to Will Smith.
Yeah.
Give it to Will.
I think King Richard is an amazing movie that I'm surprised is not talked more about, even though it has got a lot of nominations.
It's got a lot of nominations, so it's not. But you're right; it's not in the talks the same way Coda is or Power of the Dog is, right?
I think this is the only category that it wins. I think Will Smith,
that's fair,
far and away, is just incredible in that movie. I think all of these people, with the exception of Javier Bardem, were really good in their roles. The thing with Javier Bardem is he didn't really do anything wrong. It's just that I don't think he captured that charisma that Desi Arnaz had in the movie. But yeah, Will Smith.
Starter, you're talking about Benny. I just don't know about Benny. I don't know about Ben.
I think Benny's really good.
I don't know. Best
director Kenneth Branagh from Belfast, Ryusuke Hamaguchi for Drive My Car, Paul Thomas Anderson, Licorice Pizza. Jane Campion, Power of the Dog. Steven Spielberg, West Side Story.
I know who I want to win, and I know who is going to win.
Yeah, I figured you would.
Is this the same? So, all right, I'm going to say right now. I totally want Kenneth to take this. My heart says to pick Kenneth Branagh because Belfast is so. Every one of those performances is squeezed to a perfect perfection. The movie's edited all the way down great. Danny got snubbed. But I want to. But God damn, if I know anything about people, it's that people love Spielberg. And Spielberg came and did Spielberg things.
Oh, okay. Did not see that coming. All right.
So I'm going to go Spielberg.
I thought for sure we were on the exact same page.
Oh, man.
Exact same page. I want Kenneth Branagh to win.
Yes.
I think he deserves it. I think Belfast is my favorite movie out of these 5. But it's Jane Campion's. She's going to win. And
you think she's going to take it with the dog?
She's absolutely going to take it.
Oh, I will be so upset if she does. I will be so mad.
You got to get ready to be upset. I don't think she deserves it, but I think she will win.
Yeah, go Spielberg. Lactose intolerant pizza. No, PTA. I don't care how much people like him. They ain't giving him this award.
No, he's not winning this.
No, he's not, and honestly, he doesn't deserve it this time around. He doesn't deserve it.
Yeah, I agree.
Spielberg, I think at the least deserves it.
We got our last category, which is
Hell yeah.
Best Picture, the one we've all been waiting for.
Hell.
This is so I don't want to give my predictions just yet. I want to talk about where you would rank all these.
I was about to say we got to rank them up. We've got to rank them up.
Yeah.
Right.
We have Belfast. We have Coda. Don't Look Up. Drive My Car. Dune. King Richard. Licorice Pizza. Nightmare Alley, and The Power of the Dog, and West Side Story. So.
Yeah. Can you put numbers next to them, like 1D, or like at this point it'll be like what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
It's 10.
Number 10 for each of these or whatever.
How do I do numbers here? Nope. I've never used a computer before, so bear with me.
I was about to say, can you? You know what? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We'll work our way.
Yeah.
There we go. Hey, there we go. All right. Yeah. My number 10.
So which of these movies have you seen and which have you not seen?
Okay, so I've seen Belfast, Coda, Dune, Licorice Pizza, Nightmare Alley, Power of the Dog. I'm only batting 6 out of 10. So, but with a fair amount of guessing room, I have a good idea where my middle lands, which is funny. Like my numbers 10 through like 6 should be the movies I haven't seen, but I'm so convinced that I will walk away feeling decent about it, that this is going to be where my mostly uneducated ranking will be. I'm going to say at number 10 that Don't Look Up is the strange pick here for me.
Hang on.
Yeah,
okay. I don't know how to.
If you hit enter, it should just go right to 2.
Nope. It doesn't. It sure doesn't. But we'll number it after the fact.
It should. But anyway, yeah.
But I just did. It didn't do it.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah. Okay. So that's number 10. You know what? I'm just gonna do it manually. Fuck it.
Yeah. There you go. Just take manual. Are we gonna go back to back? You do yours, I do mine. You want to tab it over to Nats and then do your 10?
Oh shit! God damn it! All right. Yeah, we can do that. Nats rankings. I got to go back to my letterbox just to make sure I have it right.
Yeah.
Okay. My letterboxed. Let's see. 2021 movies. Where's the first nominee?
Who's the stinky nom here?
I will say Being the Ricardos is super low, even though it's not nominated for Best Picture. I feel like I should say something just because.
Well, Being the Ricardos isn't even nominated for the Best Picture, so it wouldn't be on your 10.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Just going through the nominees. Yeah. Oh, okay. So number 37 out of 90 is. You want to guess? Guess what it is?
Nightmare Alley.
It is Nightmare Alley.
Yeah, that movie sucks. Don't nominate it.
I don't think it sucks. I think the
No,
ending
okay. Its peripherals are good, but the performances and the core story and that stuff didn't do it for me.
yeah, I get that.
Okay, but for it to be like, if it wanted to be nominated for like cinematography, set stuff, things like that, I don't hate that. But
Yeah.
Number
Mm.
9, Nightmare Alley, for me. This movie put me to sleep. This movie I had to watch in 2 sittings. It is not that long, but it was bad enough for me where I watched it and I was like, I do not understand why, other than like the set production and stuff like that, people thought this was good enough to nominate for Best Picture. With Don't Look Up, I feel like that I don't know. I feel like that, I guess there's an argument to be said that people loved it so much. Honestly, it's pretty powerful that a comedy of that satire sort made it to get nominated. So there's something maybe that I just don't see in it. But in the same way, I just don't see how Nightmare Alley gets a Best Picture nom because, man, I love Guillermo, but this was not it, man. This was not it. It did not feel like a story worth telling. It did not feel like the performances were doing at home. It was not that they're bad performances. I just don't care about the characters. And I think that's part of the problem is that there's just like a sense of this is a downward spiral, but I never cared to begin with. I just felt so lethargic about the whole thing. So Nightmare Alley, I feel like is really misplaced on this list. I feel like my 9, 8, 10, and 9 picks are like, I don't even think they should even be nominated. Like outright, they shouldn't be on this list. I think it's that bad.
Yeah. I guess we could talk about Nightmare Alley now that we both have said it.
Yeah.
I think Nightmare Alley is very good. I think it's very interesting. I do not think it would be nominated if it wasn't for Guillermo del Toro as the director. I think if anyone else directed this movie, it would not be nominated. I think there's a lot to be said about that. I am upset because Nightmare Alley has taken the spots of several
Dune! It took Dune's spot!
nominated.
Dune, for best. Oh, yeah, no, you're right, JK. Sorry.
Yeah.
I meant Denis Villeneuve's spot was taken, but then again, Guillermo wasn't nominated. So.
Ooh, that's an interesting. So if Denis Villeneuve was nominated for Best Director, would you still think Kenneth Branagh should win?
That's hard because I really want Denny to get recognized and win. But honestly, yeah, Kenneth, it's not the scope, it's just what he did. And I'll talk more about my feelings on Belfast. But
yeah,
I still think that he's the best. He's the best director.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so Nightmare Alley. That was really good, really, really good. I don't think it should have been nominated. It should have been Green Knight. It should have been The Last Duel. Where the fuck are those 2 movies? The Green Knight is the best picture, best film of 2021, and it's not even close. It's
you
not
know
my
what?
favorite film because that's Spider-Man. But
Call me a Marvel shill. Fucking nominate Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
It gave us 3 Spider-Man and 1 movie. That's fantastic. But you're number 9.
Spider-Man. Oh, okay. My number. Shit. Do I really want to say what my number 9 is?
You got it. That's kind of the whole point of this content, Matt.
People are gonna get mad. My number 9 is Coda.
No, you animal! You put it this low.
It didn't connect with me that much. I'm sorry. I recognize it's very good, but
okay. I do want to talk about it right now, though. Right? I'm gonna talk about its bads with you at number 9, and I'll talk about why I think it's so good whenever it gets to my list.
Yeah.
But so with Coda, here's what I will say: bothered the fuck out of me with this movie. Its cinematography makes it look cheap. It is shot like a TV drama or like a worse teen drama, and it gives it this aura of not. It's like, so it is a teen drama at its core. Objectively speaking, it's about it's the teen's character and it is a drama. I wouldn't necessarily go as far as to say teen drama. It just happens to be a teen-led drama, but the way it's shot makes it just feel cheap. Like that's the best way I can describe it. It just makes it gives it a undesirable thing. Like I honestly think it'll be so like that. The cinematography is so jarring for how good this movie's performances and heart is in telling a story that it's going to knock it out from winning. I think like it is honestly that notable. Also, I think that the love interest, the dude who plays guitar he's a cheap actor. He looks like a cheap actor. I didn't care. I didn't care. It didn't feel like chemistry, which is fine. That's not a movie focusing on their relationship. But yeah, those two things, it's like they did everything right with the acting, the performances, the script. It's concise. It does a lot of things good, and I'll get to that. But man, that actor made it feel cheap, and then the cinematography made it feel cheap, and I do hate that.
Yeah, I think that's pretty accurate to how I feel. I don't think there's anything wrong with being a teen drama, but
No.
I don't think there's anything wrong with the cinematography looking kind of cheap. I think if it has a good engaging story, then I can overlook those things. And it did for the most part. It does speak a lot to me how my coworker watched the wrong movie and she was telling me the plot and I was like, oh, I don't remember that happening. Did that happen? And I couldn't remember for the life of me if it did happen.
Oh man,
So that's a sign that it didn't really connect with me. So
right.
I really really want to love this movie. I just like either of these Best Picture noms more.
I get it. We don't agree on everything. That's fine.
Yeah.
But number 8. Can I see the list again? I already know what it is, but I already know. Oh man, yeah. My number 8. It's The Power of the Dog.
I thought it'd be lower, honestly.
So here's the thing. Don't Look Up is misplaced in this list, period. Nightmare Alley peripherals are good, but it's not as good as Power of Dogs. But Power of the Dog, my gripes with it. In the same way I feel like you just didn't connect with Coda, I feel like Power of the Dog is going to be a polarizing movie, and a lot of the most defining polarizing movie I come back to that's not like a Star Wars or a geek culture movie is like Dunkirk, right? People either were totally on board and felt the tension and felt the experience of that movie and felt like they were connected to it, or they didn't. And I feel like the reviews were so hot or so cold, and there was nothing in the middle. And I kind of feel the same way about The Power of the Dog. I was just not with it. All it had was pretty long shots and Benedict Cumberbatch acting like a dick with homoerotic undertones. And I think the message that's talking about with toxic masculinity in the Old West and stuff like that, it just feels like it's not. How's the best way to word this? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar actually wrote about this, and I'm going to quote him on this and saying that it's not that the themes are never not worth talking about. It just feels like how they talked about it wasn't providing anything new to the table. And I agree with that. I don't feel like, in my opinion, it didn't feel like it covered masculinity, being toxic, and being described in such a way that I thought was interesting. It just turned out to be, for a lot of time, torture porn and then revenge porn. That's how it landed for me.
Wow, I was not prepared for you to bring out like points that I can actually see where you're coming from. Like,
I am a good movie critic. You just don't agree with me on TV at all. But
yeah, okay, I take it back. You have good movie opinions.
Okay.
But yeah, I definitely see where you're coming from. For me, it's like the opposite, where I did feel like they were saying something new and saying something that, in a way that hasn't been done before, about how it comments on toxic masculinity and how it subtly handles these homoerotic undertones, and how it has a satisfying ending with the whole revenge plot. I just thought it was a brilliant movie. It was a slow burn for sure, but I think at the end of the movie, it was definitely worth it for me at least. But yeah, I haven't got to Power of the Dog yet, but I will say it's pretty high up on my list of just movies in general of 2021.
I think it's at 3 or 2 for you. I can. That's where my gut feeling is telling me. I think that because if we're opposite on it, then that means you feel how I feel negatively. It would almost be at the top, but I think it's at around 3 or 2 for you.
Oh, we'll see. We'll get there. Don't you worry.
I'm gonna leap ahead. But all right. Also, I will say that my wife would point out that this movie was very boring for her all the way through it, because she also did not get on the ride of this movie, and for it to only pay off in the last 15 minutes. And only for a couple of scenes did not do it for her. And she loves revenge stuff. She loved Midsummer, but Power Dog didn't land for her either. Which isn't to say that I'm right or wrong. I'm just saying, hey, Hannah cried her eyes out to Coda, so she would love to have given her opinion on this. That being said, quick nod to Benedict Cumberbatch for hanging the shaft of his dick in this movie. I do give that credit. I give that more credit to put it over Nightmare Alley and Don't Look Up.
There you go. That's a good reason to put it over with both those movies.
But Benedict hangs dong, so you know what? I'll give him some points for that. I respect that.
All right, that's your number 8. And my number 8 is again, you're gonna get hate for this.
Don't you dare say Dune.
It's Dune, baby.
Shut the fuck up! No, it's so good.
Okay, so Dune. I
Animal.
just feel like I don't understand all the hype around this movie is all. A lot of people love it so much. No, I think Dune is very good on a technical level. I think it had some issues with the pacing where I didn't vibe with it very well, and some of it kind of dragged. I'm not super familiar with the source material. I've tried to be, but it's just a really long book. Guys.
Yeah, and
It's a really long.
Matt, you cannot read books based on the stuff you're gonna watch, bro. It is a curse. You will never read it.
I will never read it. I might read it before the second movie comes out.
You won't. You definitely won't.
I might. We'll see. But I mean, Dune's really good. It's one of those things where I wish I liked it more. Same with Coda. And I don't know. I feel like I'm more looking forward to the sequel than I did enjoy the first movie. I like what it set up more. And I'm pretty surprised this got nominated, but I'm happy it did. I'm happy it got recognition. A sci-fi movie got recognition from the Academy. But on my personal list, I can't have it go past number 8, unfortunately.
That's wild. But you do recognize that it's worth almost every other, like if any of the technical awards, if it won any and all of those awards and swept those.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. I think it's very good on a technical level.
Right. Okay, so next up on my list. Licorice Pizza. Yeah, let's talk about Licorice Pizza for a second. I get where people are saying that this movie's problematic for many reasons, and I didn't go look up why everybody hated it. I just want to hang on the core premise that it is about a charismatic 15-year-old trying to hook up with a 25-year-old. Yeah. And honestly, it's not the hugest hook against for me. Here's what I'll say. I'm not saying I'm supporting it. I'm not saying that I like it. I do say that it's a frustrating point in this movie. If this movie just lets the kid be 18, I know that takes away a lot of the plot devices they kind of use in it, but if he's just 18, hell, 17 and almost turns 18, he turns 18 on the dime by the movie ends and they kiss, fine. Just do that. But and I get it, that's like the whole point. I know, I'm not ignoring that, but it makes the movie so much worse. And also, looking past that main point, looking past all the things I guess people think problematic, just strictly speaking narratively, it's just a series of events of things that happen, and it's fine at best. Like that's really what I would say. I wouldn't say it's bad. Like I watched it and I said, I'm not actively disliking it. Power of the Dog, I actively dislike. Nightmare, I actively dislike. Right? Licorice Pizza, you're in the fine category, but it's nothing that I wrote home about. Like it was nothing where I sat there and said, "Wow, this is great." Like the directing is great, the cinematography is great. No, all of it just came across as a very fine movie. So
yeah,
I think this is the Paul Thomas Anderson love carrying this movie. If this movie was directed by anybody else, this movie probably doesn't even get recognized.
I do agree with that. I want to get more into my thoughts when it shows up on my list.
Yeah,
you might be surprised by the 2 Asian guys don't have it at the very bottom of their list, but we'll get there. I'll address that. So my next one, number 7. You're never gonna guess this.
I'm never gonna guess this.
You're never gonna guess it.
Then it's gonna be. Can you show me the list again?
Yeah.
It's not gonna be Licorice Pizza. You're gonna put. Dude, it's gonna be wild. You're gonna put Drive My Car here, aren't you?
That's a good guess, but no, it's not Drive My Car. It's The Power of the Dog.
Oh, even better. Fuck this movie.
You thought it was gonna be my top 3, but it's not because I
was about to say, you gonna do the top 5 anime betrayals with Drive My Car and put it down this low? You better. I haven't even watched it, and I know you shouldn't. Like,
I wouldn't do that to Drive My Car. I think that The Power of the Dog I said all I had to say already. I think it's amazing. It's an amazing movie, but I think that the crop this year is really good. Aside from the bottom, and actually no, but the crop is really good. Starting at number 7, starting with this one movie where I didn't feel too much about Dune and Coda and Nightmare Alley's whatever, but Power of the Dog is just so fucking good. And I've said all I had to say. It sits comfortably at my number 25 out of 90 for the year. It's just really good. Really, really good.
This surprises me. I actually didn't think you'd get Power of the Dog that low. I thought it was going to be on
Yeah.
so number 6. All right, so these next 4 movies. So it's between King Richard, West Side Story,
So 2 movies you
Drive
haven't
My
seen.
Car. Yeah, King Richard, Drive My Car, West Side Story.
3
Yeah.
movies you haven't seen.
Okay, so these 3 that I haven't seen.
I can't believe you put Power of the Dog under 3 movies you haven't seen. That's just preposterous.
Dude, so here's the thing. I'm so convinced that this part in the middle gets a little wonky, right? Because these are the movies I've had an actively bad time with, right? Licorice Pizza was fine. But if you told me that I think that Licorice Pizza is going to do any better than these next 3 movies, this is effectively a little tiny mini list involved in it based on my most anticipated that I'm looking forward to watching. And what I objectively think, based on what I have seen and heard about it, is going to be a better movie.
Yep.
I do want to get around to watching this. I really do. I promise I do. But West Side Story,
I knew it.
it's got to be on this list. And that's not saying it's bad. Like I said, I haven't seen it yet, but it's a musical that I hear is abso-fucking-lutely delightful. And for the record, I've never seen the original, so I don't know how this story even goes. It will be a totally new thing for me. Do not spoil West Side Story for me, even though I know it's like decades old at this point. But yeah, it's just the one I'm least looking forward to watching, although I admit that I will probably like it more than I'm giving it credit for. But it's a time thing, guys. It's almost a 3-hour movie, and I'm sorry if I'm picking between West Side Story and what goes at number 4 for me or number 5 for me. It's gonna be these 2 movies before West Side. Sorry, Danny. I know. Grimace face. That being said, I still, without having watched it, I still think it's better than all of these other movies, though.
Sure. Speaking of West Side Story, this is my number 6 also.
Hey, the boys are back in town. Wide Side Story.
Typing is hard, guys. Oh my god, what the fuck is wrong with me?
Westwide Tory.
What is wrong with me? It's West Side Story. I think West Side Story is, like you said, delightful for the most part. I did see the original right before I saw this remake. Yeah, I mean it's just wonderful, with the exception of Ansel Elgort for obvious reasons. But yeah, I mean everyone in this cast was just so charismatic and so delightful to watch. It was just the music is so good. Obviously, like these songs are iconic, and I think they really did it justice. I think Steven Spielberg's directing was really good and really helped this movie succeed in the way that it did. And everything was just great on a production level as well. The way this was shot, there's this one scene where they're going to the gymnasium for the dance. It was shot in one continuous shot, and I love that shit like that. I just think it's so well made. I'm so happy it got recognition, and I'm happy Rachel Zegler finally got invited to the Oscars.
Quit snubbing Rachel, guys. Quit snubbing her.
All right, number 5.
Number 5, King Richard. It is the next one I'm most anticipating. I think I will walk away liking this one more. I do like sports films a little bit more, and this movie I've heard is just so much heart. And I'm a heart guy. Hearts in sports movies. Warrior is in my top 3 for that exact formula. I think it'll be nice to see Will Smith act again. From what I hear, he's like not acting just as Will Smith.
Yeah.
So that's nice. But yeah, it edges it up a little bit easier because I just find it a little bit more accessible with the content that it is over West Side Story, despite the fact that arguably I might like West Side Story more. But my most anticipated between these 3 is King Richard over West Side right now.
Yeah, that's fair. Is King Richard my next one? I don't know. It's not, so I'm not going to talk about it yet.
Oh boy.
My next one. Oh boy. All right. It's Licorice Pizza.
Wow, this one over West Side.
Yeah, I really like Licorice Pizza, and I've seen all the
And you
comments.
can't say a thing about it in this Twitterverse either.
I can't, and I know I'm gonna get shit for defending it, but I'm choosing to look at it at a hopeful kind of perspective,
Mm-hmm.
where I hope that Paul Thomas Anderson isn't being outwardly racist. I think
Yeah, the Asian guy talk stuff was rough.
yeah, it was not ideal,
Yeah.
but I think there was a point to it. I think that
No, I agree. I don't have a problem. Like I don't immediately think of that because I think that it's intentionally trying to point at it and say that it's wrong rather than saying I'm
exactly.
accepting it. Right.
Exactly. I think that thing says I don't like licorice on my pizza like pine roll. You can get the fuck out of here. Oh, you know what? You know what I can do? I can time you out, Danny.
You gotta tame Danny out again.
I'm just kidding. I won't do that.
You want to see Nat take away 25% of our viewership with one click?
You can still watch. You just can't like comment.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Oh, sorry, Danny. I accidentally talked about you for 5 minutes. It was an accident. Finger slipped.
Star says, "Danny, I got you."
But okay, so Licorice Pizza. I think the entire plot of the movie was around how this should not be a relationship that we people should be rooting for. Like this is a bad relationship, but under the guise of nostalgia and having it shot in a way that a romantic comedy would be shot, it can trick people into thinking this is okay when it's actually not. You can frame the racism as a joke, and people will laugh even though they shouldn't. I think this entire movie is just pointing a mirror at people and showing them like, hey, you're wrong for liking this. You're wrong for rooting for this relationship, but you absolutely shouldn't. And I do agree with Dylan somewhat about how nothing actually happens in this movie. It's just kind of like a slice of life thing. But again, I think that was intentional, where it's nothing like traumatic happens, nothing serious, quote unquote serious happens, and we're set at ease at the entire movie. When again, we absolutely shouldn't be. This is a completely inappropriate relationship. Nothing in it, no characters in this movie are likable. Absolutely zero redeeming characters.
Whoa, Bradley Cooper.
Yeah.
He said he would kill that brother. So
Yeah, he did say that. He did say that. But yeah, I mean, I think it was all done intentionally. If I'm wrong, then obviously, I'm trying to look for the good in people,
yeah.
and not assume that this movie's promoting pedophilia.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just think the way it was done was just so clever, and I I understand why people don't like it because on the surface it is very offensive. But I think it was trying to have a commentary on those issues,
Right.
than
It's in a sense kind of a satire in that way, right? Like it uses that satire element to sit there and say you shouldn't be laughing, right? I
Exactly.
agree. This is fucked up. Go watch No Chill to see what we're talking about. But no, I don't hate you for having this opinion. To be honest, I am distinctly in the middle. I can see the camps and I can see how they got so extreme and how they felt a certain way about this movie. But I am fairly in the middle where like I said, I didn't come away disliking this movie. I didn't come away saying that this was a bad movie. I just said that I was underwhelmed by it altogether. The story, the element, things like that. Like I never felt like I loved the characters, but I didn't dislike them. It was very middle of the lane for me, but it didn't impress me. But to sit there and to that point though, I am kind of with you. I want to give PTA the benefit of the doubt in saying that his intent with this movie was to point it back at you and say, look at this as a reflection of how you should think about these things. This should be bothering you. But in a way, there's also an argument to be said. Making a movie where you're the people watching it and smart enough to get it should be hating it is kind of like it's a bit pretentious in a little bit of a way too. I'll say.
Yeah, like I definitely don't like. I'm not gonna try to make anyone like or dislike any movie that I like or dislike. I'm not trying to get people on my side. Like people are set in their opinions, and that's fine. You're allowed to have your opinion, and I absolutely understand where people are coming from, where they hate this movie. I hated this movie before I took the time to think about it. And don't get me wrong, I could be totally wrong. I could. Paul Thomas Anderson could be a big old racist, and and I'm just
In
super
which
happy
case,
with
we scrap this whole defense argument, and it sucks, and it's towards the bottom. But
yeah. But that's how I feel about the movie. I have very complicated thoughts, so
yeah.
that's on my number 5.
A quick side note: in the YouTube chat, all of Danny's comments have since been message deleted because he gets kicked. And I just now saw that.
Oh my god, I didn't think you would to do that. I thought it was
Man,
just
that
posting.
I actually kind of feel bad. Like, I mean, I didn't kick. That's always been that. But like,
I don't feel bad. You do not tarnish the name of
no, those are contributions to the chat. I want to see it. Anyway,
You can still go on Twitch and talk to us.
yeah, Danny, just go to Twitch. So
We got Stardew hanging out on Twitch.
yeah, number 4. My most anticipated movie to watch next. And I'll put an asterisk next to this saying this could easily sneak to number 1 or 2 or 3. So can you put an asterisk there? Can you put an asterisk and say like this could just secretly run the gamut? Drive My Car. I don't have anything to say about it yet, but the fact that it is a foreign film fighting in this category is already impressive in itself, because we know how hard it is to be a foreign film and get access to this category. And maybe this rides some of the Parasite energy, but this could run the gamut. Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Is that how you spell on the game? Oh my god, it is. I thought it was with an I. That's weird. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, gamut would be a Filipino term for the word using.
Sarger says, "Dude, you guys really like Dune. Are you catching up with the episode? Is that what's happening?"
Sarger's just slowly creeping up, and they're like, "Oh my god, this guy will not shut up about Dune, bro." Asterisk next to Drive My Car, it could knock out Dune on where I place Dune. Stay tuned. It may surprise you, but anyway, go ahead, Matt, with your number 3.
Knockout Dune. Okay, we have the asterisk. My number 3. What's the next one on this list? Oh my gosh, my list is surprising. I did not think it would be this way. Oh my gosh, I like Worst Person in the World more than I like Belfast.
Ooh, that's bold.
Maybe I should go back and change my vote.
Yeah. Daniel Koss says, "I am now a zombie."
Who the fuck is this Daniel Koss guy?
Yeah, can we get DJ K284 or whatever his name is back in the house? Can we get that guy?
Once I time someone out, they're just timed out for 5 minutes. It has to be 5 minutes. Number 4. Hang on. Number 4.
Yeah.
Number 3?
No, it's number 4.
1, 2, 3. Oh shit. I must have skipped over one.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Don't Look Up. Oh shit, I forgot Don't Look Up.
Oh no.
Don't Look Up.
Don't Look Up is really high on this list. I was actually just thinking about that.
Don't Look Up. Oh my gosh. Okay. Don't Look Up is my number 6. They just screwed it up. Don't Look Up is my number 6.
Okay. Don't Look Up. Man, Licorice Pizza 4.
I know, it's crazy.
5, I could kind of get behind. 4, I don't know, man. The West Side seems really delightful from what I hear. I don't know.
Licorice Pizza. Okay, so Don't Look Up. I don't know. I went into this movie expecting to hate it because all of my my Twitter follows hate this movie.
Yeah.
That's like most of you in the
like, this movie is garbage, right? Like that's there.
They're like, this movie is trash, and you know what? Coming in with those expectations
actually
really
probably wonders. Yeah,
because I was like, yo, am I actually really liking this movie? Like, I did really like the movie. I think that who's the director?
Don't Look Up. You're looking at Adam McKay, bud.
Adam McKay. I really love Adam McKay's like editing style and how he chooses to.
His editing in comedy, like his editing comedic editing is fantastic. Like
it's fantastic. I just think his comedy just hits with me in a way that I really enjoy. Like I really like Vice. I really like did he do Step Brothers? I really love that.
He did the other guys?
The other guys too, yeah. He's a really good director, man. I don't know where
he's really good. Yeah, I love that.
Where all this hate for him is coming from. I do understand that it is a little bit heavy-handed. It's very pretentious, and nothing about it is subtle at all. But at the end of the day, I really enjoyed it. Like I was engaged the entire time, which I didn't think I was gonna be because it's a long movie.
Mhm.
But yeah, Kid Cudi has a song with Ariana Grande, which is
No, I need to listen to that song. I love Ari. Cuddy's good too, but
he's not joking, ladies and gentlemen. He really does love Ariana
I
Grande.
do love Ariana Grande.
And I don't know. I just thought everyone in the cast did a really good job. I think Leo was awesome as usual. Jennifer Lawrence was very good in her role. Whatever happened to Jennifer Lawrence? Why isn't she in more movies? You know, she's very good. Um, yeah, I mean, I just thought this movie was good.
Another Kentucky export, by the way, Jennifer Lawrence. She's out of Louisville, Kentucky. A buddy of mine met her at a phone store.
Oh damn, that's just like a notch above New Jersey. That sucks.
No, there are many worse states than Kentucky.
That's
I'm
true.
not
That's
saying
true.
we're in the top 5 or anything, but I'm saying that there are much worse. Looking at you, Texas.
You know what? You'll get no argument from me there. Please don't tell Danny
Don't
girl.
tell Danny Joy. She gets really upset. I always tell her every time, though. Every time.
We do tell her every time.
We tell her every time.
And
Number 3.
I feel bad because like she doesn't fight back, you know? She just kind of like
No, the last time she got heated whenever we said that she should leave, but she recognizes that the state.
yeah, but I didn't like mean it in a way like making fun of her. I was like this is an actual solution. You should
Yeah, you could
should
leave and it'd be better overall. Right. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I agree.
All right, number 3.
3. Oh boy. How high do I put Dune? That's the real question. No, Dune's gone on a long enough run. I'm honestly pretty surprised it's at number 3, which is
Yeah.
to say that I feel like Drive My Car, once I watch it, will knock it down. Drive My Car could run all the way to number 1 for all I know. I could love that movie. But it's going to be Dune. Listen, I actually think it's pretty crazy that it's this high, if I'm being honest. West Side Story I could watch and say that it probably deserves it to be a little bit higher. But if we're talking strictly on like ones that I feel like deserve it also winning, it is. I'm not going to say that it is, but I'm going to say that it feels like Lord of the Rings. It feels like it has that Lord of the Rings energy to it all of a sudden. Like it's just Lord of the Rings. I don't remember if if Kings was like the favorite back in the day to win Best Picture. But when you're looking at a movie that could easily sweep all the peripherals, all of the costumes, all of the cinematography, all of this stuff, that's a lot of momentum, man. And I'm not saying that the performances were out of this world. Hell, none of the performances are even nominated in this. When it says that the weakest parts of this, like I said, is the performances, and I don't think that those are bad at all. Two Towers, yeah, you know what I mean. Started. But yeah, when you're looking at that kind of momentum across the board, why wouldn't it? Why shouldn't it be in the top 4 or 5? Like this is me. Like, why shouldn't I keep it? Another Lord of the Rings reference, but yeah. At this point, I honestly don't feel bad about it. I think this movie is really, really good. I like it. I think that for a 3-hour movie, it does a lot to fill its space and pacing. Now Nat was on the other side of it, but I was on the side of it that I knew the movie was long, but I didn't care. I kept wanting more. And Denis Villeneuve is slowly but surely very much sneaking into my top favorite directors category. Blade Runner 2049 really put me over. But Dune, yeah, part 2, I can't wait. I want to see the whole saga. And then I'm going to be like, yo, Dune 2 fucking makes this whole thing make so much sense. So, yeah, Dune at number 3. I know. Surprise! I swear I'm not that big of a Dune shill, despite the fact I do think it should win all of the other peripherals of the stuff.
I think I've been able to predict Dylan's top 3 for a while now, and I did have Dune as number 3 for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really glad people like this movie this much. I wish I could get there. It just doesn't really connect me that well. And I will say that Denis Villeneuve is absolutely one of my favorite directors of all time.
It's insane.
I think there's nobody who builds tension the way he does. I just didn't really get that from this movie, and I guess my expectations were high for this one. Like it was the inverse of Don't Look Up. So my number 3. I think I didn't skip any. Okay, so my number 3 is Drive My Car, which yeah, I mean, I don't think this is a huge shock because I've said
Drive, Mr. Car. Nat, figure it out, buddy.
Listen, typing is hard, and the R and the Y are like one key apart. But yeah, I mean, this movie is just. I really wanted to love this movie and have it as my number one because I think Parasite was number one for me with the year it won.
Yeah.
And I was really hoping that another Asian movie would have me feel that same way. And it kind of didn't because it did drag for a lot of the movie. Like it's 3 hours. It's a 3-hour movie, and you feel every single minute of the 3 hours. But I will say, not a whole lot happens in this movie, which is fine. And because of that, the dialogue was the main focus of the film, and that really was really strong. Like the dialogue in the movie is incredible. A lot of things that are left unsaid that you had to like interpret as a viewer are just like, wow, it's a beautiful movie. I don't think it's a masterpiece as people are saying, but like you just gotta watch it, man.
I can't wait. I cannot wait. I'm gonna put my for the record on T-Dubs next week. We're gonna do a recap to look back and play on this.
Yeah.
See how we racked up. But I can't wait to have an opinion on this movie. Like I'm gonna watch it tomorrow, and I can't wait to be like, Nat's gonna know way before time because I'm just gonna message him and be like, wrong. It's all good. Like or like something. Or like, nah, that's fair. I think you were in the right with that. But
and I know I sound like I'm pretty negative on this movie, but it's my number 3. You know,
right. So the big takeaways for you are like the dialogue, the human element, the human interest.
Yes.
What about performance?
Exactly.
How does performance land for you on this?
Performance is really good. I think there was like, there's nothing like overwrought or anything. Like people are like acting their ass off, but I think a lot of it was subtle, and a lot of it was in facial expressions. And I think they really nailed that down. I don't think the main character in this movie, the guy who has someone drive his car, the Mayan drive my car, he doesn't have the biggest personality, and that's okay because you can sense like a feeling of sadness from him. Like I'm not gonna spoil it, but like there's like this big. He conveys so much with his eyes. It's just so good. It's so good. And I think none of the supporting performances were bad by any means, but I just think that he really shined in this movie, and it's just a showcase of what a good drama could be. It's really good. It's real good. I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 stars, and it's my number 3. So I hope I didn't sound too negative on this movie, but
let's say you led with nothing but negative, so I found that to be.
I know. But it is really good, and everyone should see it. See it. Don't get turned off by the 3-hour runtime.
Everything's 3 hours now, guys. If you can watch the Batman for 3 hours, you can watch Drive My Car for 3 hours.
Drive My Car was a much slower burn than the Batman. I will say that.
But, well, that's fair. We got beat 'em ups and
yeah.
Batman, so okay, time to shake some shit up for you, Nat.
Shake some shit up.
I'm going to differentiate these. This is my ranking, which means that, wow, I'm surprised I'm saying this. What I think should win versus what I want to win. And they're flipped.
You know what? I said I knew what your top 3 were, but now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know. The 1 and 2 could be interchangeable.
Honestly, there is one reason I'm putting this at number 2. One reason. And it's because I immediately had something I could say that I wanted to critique the movie for.
Okay. Yeah.
It's Coda.
I knew it would be. I knew it the entire time.
It's so fucking wild because I want this to win. For the record, I want this at number 1. I want this to win. I think it deserves to win. If it's at number 2 for me, I think it should absolutely win because it is so good. The performances are wonderful, except for the boyfriend. The daughter of the family, the main core of this aspect is beautiful. It is such a wonderful fucking story to tell. So again, for those who don't know this with me, I've spent 4 years learning sign language and getting involved in that. I'm not fluent, but I'm pretty decent. Like I'm rusty. I'm hella rusty. But being able to see the expression, see it translate in acting and have the story tie in with the singing and seeing what it's like, the little nuances of deaf culture that they throw in, the funny little mishaps, the fuck you joke is like such like a trademark thing that you learn whenever you're in school, like when you're learning, because whenever you're in the southern region, because regionally signs can vary, it's this, right? But if you do it sideways, nice to meet you, then this implies that you're like fucking, this is having sex, right? But in the northeastern variant, I guess, is that as long as you use two fingers, you're implying body parts. So it could be straight up and still imply fuck. I thought all of that was funny. I thought the fart joke was funny, and that's impressive. I don't think fart jokes are usually funny, but a deaf culture fart joke is so like on brand. I was laughing so much of this movie. I was crying so much of this movie. Honestly, it puts more emotion out than what is going to be my number one, which is Belfast. I felt way more emotionally connected to this movie for so many reasons. Hannah felt the same way. That being said, as a film, if I'm going to be a snob and take my feelings out of it, Coda is more of an emotional win for me, but Belfast is... I don't have a fucking bad thing to say about this film. I don't. I enjoyed it start to finish. Performances are lovely. Everything is great. Narratively, it tells a wonderful story in a way that it just feels very unique. I love the use of color when it does come in. The tiniest thing I could try to complain about is that in the intro scene, and then there's like another scene where they play a song, it just drags a little bit. It's the only parts of the movie I ever felt dragged, but I blink and this movie is perfectly fit. This movie is not fat, it's not thin, its runtime matches exactly what's on the screen. It is so much to love. But I had a much bigger emotional reaction to Coda. I love it, and I love it because I have so much connection to deaf culture, and I love everything about that. Either of these could win, and I'm so stoked. If I watch Drive My Car could totally upend all of these top-end picks, and I could say Drive My Car could win. Honestly, this top four, Dune, fuck it. I think Dune could win, too. I think it deserves to win. Not a performance in the story. The heart of it, Dune, the problem is that Dune's heart is not there. Coda's heart is there. Belfast's heart is there. My guess is that Drive My Car's heart is there.
Yeah.
So that's my run. I am so it's crazy to think I'm putting Coda at 2.
Yeah.
But I have less to complain about. I do.
Yeah, honestly, I love that people feel this strongly about Coda, that I would be so happy if Coda won, even though it's my number 8. Is it my number 8?
For it being your 8th.
It's my number 9, actually.
9? Jesus.
But I would be very happy if it won. Like, people are comparing it to Green Book and Crank, and it's like, no, those movies were not good. And Coda is good.
Coda is good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say this. So far, Coda's highs are the best highs out of any movie in this roster for me. At its best, I'm having the most fun and most engaged and most emotional reaction with Coda.
You know what? I could see that. Yeah, you know what? I think I wouldn't push back too hard on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very happy that you love Belfast as much as you do.
No. I remember when you said that was your favorite to start with that one. Like, literally, it's so funny. Me and Hannah were like, let's watch Belfast and then we'll watch Power of the Dog. And it was night and day, right? We walked in and we loved Belfast. Absolutely adored it. We didn't have a bad thing to say about it. And then we went to Power of the Dog and we hated most of that movie. And we were just like, God damn. But it's worth talking about and people should go watch it. Benedict Cumberbatch hangs on. So.
Yes, he certainly does. So my number 2, I think you know what it is.
It's Dune. No, I'm kidding. It can't be. It's already on the list.
I can't remember which one.
It's King Richard, though.
Oh my God, it is King Richard. What the heck?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, yeah. I mean, this makes sense. I love King Richard. I think King Richard is such a good movie. So the year that Leonardo DiCaprio won for The Revenant,
he shouldn't have, but I get it.
Yeah, he shouldn't have.
If Benedict wins, this is his Revenant for the record.
You know what? I can't argue against that.
Exactly that.
But I've seen people like talk about how it's Will Smith's turn next, and I never understood how people felt this strongly about Will Smith. Like, he's a very charismatic guy. I love Will Smith.
He is.
But he's not on the level of a Leo or a Best Actor, if you will. I think he absolutely shines in this movie. I think this is by far his best role to date. This movie just gave me goosebumps about how inspirational it was and how just how hard hitting and powerful it was. Like, Richard Williams is not someone who is perfect. He is very much a flawed human being, and this movie does not does not deviate from that. This movie does not shy away from showing like how an overbearing parent can be both a good thing and a bad thing. Like if he didn't push the girls to be as great as they are, they wouldn't have been as great as they are. Serena Williams would not have been the greatest of all time if it wasn't for her father. And I just it makes me feel like I shouldn't be rooting for how hard he's pushing them, but I just do because the entire cast is just so likable, and he's just I get it, man. Like I get why he's pushing them this hard because to have the life that he wanted for them, and it just tells the story so well from start to finish. It was just there's a quote I don't want to say because I don't want to spoil anything, but like it gave me goosebumps, man. Like this movie gave me chills. And I wish more people were talking about it being in the running for Best Picture because I don't think it has a shot in hell of winning. But I would love for it to win.
I agree. Like, I think even if I love it, it's not. It just doesn't feel like it's got the popularity behind it.
Yeah, it doesn't. But you know what I do hope wins is Belfast, even though I also don't think this is going to win.
I don't think it will either, but I think it totally should.
I think it should too. It's such an interesting way to tell a story because if you didn't know, it's about the conflict between the Protestants and the Catholics in the 60s in Ireland, and it's through the eyes of a little boy.
Buddy!
That is such a clever way to tell a story about something that's very serious through the lens of innocence that they just nail it so much. Like you watch this and horrible stuff is happening, but you can't help but feel like inspired. You can't help but feel hopeful that everything's going to be okay because you're looking through the eyes of a little boy. And I think Hollywood needs more movies like this where they show something that is incredibly hard and incredibly difficult that people have to deal with, but in a lens that's like so uplifting. And they just Kenneth Branagh was just a masterclass of directing. I think he should win. He's not going to, but
he's not. That's the snub right there, if I'm being honest. Like, he really does show mastercraft directing in this. Yeah. Like, the fact that, again, like I said, this movie is so fit, the narrative, so that the biggest complaint I think that comes across this movie is that it doesn't have anything that's over the top. But I think that's its strength as much as it is its weakness, right? It's not exaggeratory. It's so grounded. It's so human. But I think part of it is that it's because it's so human that people don't view it as fantastical. They don't want to give it more credit than it deserves, but it deserves so much credit because it's a pure and simple execution of a movie plot, right?
Yeah, no, I 100% agree.
And I think it just crushes like it does.
Very much grounded. It doesn't do anything over the top, but I think that it just works. It just works, man. Yeah. I mean, I love this movie. I will say that the two snubs, The Green Knight and The Last Duel, I have ranked above this movie. So,
wow, that's big. Yeah.
Totally snubbed. Nightmare Alley should not have been nominated, but you know what? It's whatever. It's whatever.
Yeah. You know what's funny though? I feel like this is such a predicament for me every Oscar run because this was 2019 for me. Same problem. It was Jojo Rabbit and then Parasite. Yeah. And the thing is, like, Coda is going to be my Jojo Rabbit. It's going to be one of those movies that like easily could be a top 10 movie like all time for me. And Belfast won't. But I want to admit that Belfast is the better movie. Like, I love Jojo Rabbit to death. But Parasite was so fucking good. And it did so much. And it had so much to say. And it said it in such an awesome fucking way that it was just a better movie. And I hate to say this is how I feel with Coda and Belfast. Like, Belfast is it's a better movie. But Coda, I like it more.
So out of this list, what do you want to win the most? Is it
the
Coda?
Most? I want Coda to win. Not even close. I want Coda to take it fucking all. And it actually has it's got energy behind it too. So I'm very eager to hope Coda wins. But you know what? Wait until tomorrow evening and I'll tell you how I feel about Drive My Car. Because Drive My Car could it could just be a Parasite moment for me. I have an Asian bias, so I'm already like halfway on board with it, just kind of sneaking in.
You know what I want to win the most is fucking Don't Look Up. It's what you people deserve. It's what you deserve. No, I want Belfast to win.
I really do. I really want Belfast to win. It's the one I feel like should win out of this,
Yeah.
if I'm being honest.
But enough about should win. Let's talk about will win. What is your official prediction for Best Picture?
My official prediction, I'm plugging in Coda.
Oh, okay.
It's got its highs are so good, the feeling is so good, and I feel like it's got much more talk than Belfast.
You know what? I know the favorite is The Power of the Dog, but I think
fucking wild to me. But okay.
Power of the Dog is just so divisive that I don't think it's gonna win. I think Coda sneaks by and takes it.
Hell yeah,
I'm going Coda.
Go ahead and plug that Coda in there. Yeah, let's go.
All right, so we both picked Coda to win. Yeah, I think we agree on the most part. We have like a few that we're differing on, so it should be pretty close.
Yeah, I think really what categories determine who's going to come out ahead? There's like 3 technical categories that we're kind of like spitballing against.
Yeah,
Long and director. The director is going to be a big one for us, actually.
Director's going to be a big one.
Yeah.
We have the same Best Actor.
Yeah.
Best Actress, we differ.
Different actress, and we do have different supporting actresses as well.
Yeah. Supporting actor, supporting actress.
Okay, so we got a couple that are split, but yeah, we knew right away on original screenplay that Belfast was just insane, and then we knew that Coda was so insane. So
animated, we're pretty split, but I think these are the 2 front runners.
Yeah.
Production. This is the
one I didn't pick. Dune. I kind of want to just pick Dune on this one now, just to double down at this point.
You want to?
No, I said West Side Story. I'm gonna stick to it.
Okay, all right.
I like why I chose it. That's what I come back to.
Costume design, we differ.
I think you win on this one. I won't lie. I think Cruella probably does take it.
Honestly, I wouldn't be mad at Dune 1.
Yeah,
but
I wouldn't be mad at Cruella 1 from what I saw. So, cinematography. Now, this one I will be mad about if Dune loses. This is the one I'm like, if Dune takes anything, it's this and score.
This is one of those where I went with my heart and not my head. I think Dune has a way better chance of winning.
I don't want to compromise on this on cinematography or score for Dune. I think it takes both of those.
Editing, you said Dune again.
I felt it was lovely, but this one I could see Dune losing.
I think Dune's gonna win this one.
I could see it losing, but I hope it wins because obviously I picked it.
Best hair and makeup, I think I take this one. I don't think Dune is gonna win.
Nah, sci-fi stuff usually takes this category. I feel pretty good about Dune on this actually still.
Okay, all right. We'll see.
Sound?
Yeah, sound. Oh, you didn't say Dune for this one.
I randomly really support West Side Story over Dune.
Yeah, I guess so. I didn't. I thought you most
West Side Story somehow is the comparable movie to Dune in my head.
Visual effects, Dune.
Yeah, this one is like not a close one.
Score.
Dune. We could get upset with Encanto though.
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised.
I honestly wouldn't either. Song. I'm so sure on this one though.
This one could go either way, I think.
Yeah, I think No Time to Die is actually such a sick song it could steal.
I think with how much time and effort and how many years that Billie Eilish has put into her career, that it's about damn time that she wins an Oscar. It's been like 40 years since
she's 17.
Best documentary. We don't know any of these.
We don't know it, but Flea sounds fantastic in description.
Yeah, international feature. Drive My Car.
Yeah,
which makes sense because neither of us have winning Best Picture.
I know.
Animated, Rob Run, Box Ballad, whatever.
Totally uneducated guess. Box Ballad.
Yeah, these could go.
In case the deaf culture sweep happens this time, it's Audible.
Yep.
On my mind, I don't know what it's about. I hope it's lovely.
Yeah, so those are our Oscar picks. Let us know in the comments if you agree or disagree with them.
Let us know what you think, guys. What do you guys have on it? I want to know what people's thoughts are on their Best Picture ones. Are we crazy? Are we too high on Belfast? Because me and Nat have snorted the Kenneth Branagh sauce this year.
I'm genuinely surprised that Belfast is your number one, but I love it.
Dude, I loved it. It was a good movie. I was so like, it just left you feeling good.
Yeah, it really did. If I had to predict where Drive My Car is going to land, I think it's near number 3. I don't think it beats.
It's going to beat out Dune. I'm a pretty big Dune fan. I don't know if you know this.
I don't know, but you might like West Side Story more than you like Dune. So
that's true too. That could surprise me. Because it's funny too, because of musicals, the bar is so low. I cheated with 3 Best Picture wins. Oh god. Okay, so what are your 3, Stardew? But yeah, my King Richard or Belfast or West Side. Well, you got Belfast right, so that's what matters.
Well, you're completely wrong because it's gonna be Coda. We both said Coda.
Yeah, it should be Coda. But yeah, no, it's the funny thing about musicals is they always surprise me whenever they're like phenomenal. Like I walked away from watching The Greatest Showman and being like, wow,
Oh.
I really, really enjoyed that movie.
So you love The Greatest Showman, but you don't like La La Land. I don't understand.
La La Land's fine. Like
La La Land's amazing.
it's fine. It's just fine.
Amazing.
I
It was
didn't.
the
The
second
music,
best
the
movie.
music didn't hook me. That's why. Like I would listen to The Greatest Showman soundtrack. I wouldn't listen to La La Land soundtrack.
I've
Which
never
again,
once had the urge to listen to the Greatest Showman soundtrack.
dude,
No.
Never Enough is fucking insanely good. You're underrating that song.
City of Stars. I mean, come on, man. That sounds big.
Also, other musical I would mention would be either about the Genetic Opera, because that one is like just fun, wacky, dumb. But Sweeney Todd. I love like gothic and like rock type operas. I fucking love.
Okay, I haven't seen either of those.
So they come up and surprise me because I'm like, wow, I like a musical. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not a big musical guy, but like when I see a really good one, then it gets me.
Yeah, that's my big thing. Love the New York Hills up the hills movie. Love read that, Matt. I feel like I'm having a stroke reading that. Like,
Love the Hills, open bracket, the Hills movie.
Love the New York Hills up. Brett. Stardew. I've never seen this movie regardless. Sorry, I forgot the musical movie name. Okay. But yeah, the New York Hills one. I'll take your word for it. I haven't seen it.
I don't even know what that could be.
Sorry, I forgot. I haven't actually. I don't know either.
New York Hills musical.
We're spending the last minute
Hill?
looking this up.
You're in town?
Stick around. We're about to raid Sasha Gray. Let her know where you came from. Show some love over our Sasha Gray's channel.
God damn it. You're be rating Sasha Gray.
Yeah, if the World Girls are still streaming on YouTube, make sure to let Roxy know. All Asian Faction, $400 from your boys right here, cumulatively, not separate.
This channel has a follower or subscriber only chat. So
Yep.
you better be a follower of Sasha Gray if you want to comment on her chat.
Yeah, be a follower, subscribe, let her know. AAA. No, just kidding. We're just call to action here. Bye,
All right,
guys.
we sent you over. Stardew over there. We're gonna be ending the stream on YouTube. Thank you for watching. Join us next week when we get our thoughts on Dylan's thoughts on Drive My Car.
Yes.